Good morning, everyone. Today is March 20th. So I woke up this morning and I found out New York is going on a lockdown also. This after California went into a lockdown last night. So I guess my understanding of it is people cannot go outside other than to get groceries and medicine. I understand that these measures are needed so that we stop the spread and try to control this while we can, because the last thing we want to do is let it go crazy and then have to take even more drastic measures. So it's crazy because I'm so used to being able to go to the store, getting vegetables, getting fresh meat, pretty much getting anything that I needed from the store. And it was very difficult to go to the store and not have anything left. It really opened my eyes and made me realize that how much I've taken things for granted in the past. All of our conveniences, everything that we are provided here in a first world country, it's not something that's guaranteed. So it just kind of puts things into perspective. It kind of opened my eyes because just this past month has been so difficult. It feels like our lives are being upended. It feels like there are all of these changes and basic necessities are not as available. And it makes me think of all of those people who went through war, who were from war-torn countries where their lives may not ever go back to normal. At the end of the day, I really think that everything will be fine, but it makes you think, you know, because you don't really, I feel like we're in a bubble here in the United States. You don't really think about how difficult life can be, how difficult, you know, it is to just get by without everything kind of being guaranteed. And I feel like we had that security here, and this is kind of the first time in a very, very long time that we're not guaranteed that, or it feels like we're not guaranteed that, and things are different. So yeah, very, very eye-opening. Anyway, I'm sorry, that was just kind of like my little rant for this morning. I'm just kind of starting to feel things changing, and so it's weird. Anyway, I am going to try to go to the store again today and hopefully get some fresh vegetables, or maybe just even some canned vegetables, I don't know. Something that we can get like good nutrients from if we don't have a chance to go to the grocery stores in the future. We're like out of meat also, so hopefully I can find some chicken, fingers crossed. But yeah, let's get going with the day. Okay, so I just pulled up to Central Market, which is a grocery store here in Austin. I was able to get front row parking. It looks pretty busy, so I'm really nervous to see what it's like inside, but here I am. Okay, wish me luck. I just need fresh meat. Good morning, everyone. Today is March 21st. We are still in our house. So I was able to run some errands yesterday and get some more food, and I was able to find some chicken. I was able to find some fresh vegetables, so I am so excited. Last week it was difficult not eating like fresh veggies. I also was able to find some frozen and canned veggies so that we don't run into that issue in the future. My goal is to not have to go to the store as much as possible, especially with a virus that is undetectable in a lot of people. It's like even if I'm not feeling like I'm sick, I could still be contagious. And so I wanna make sure that I'm not out in public as much as possible. So I got some chicken, I got some veggies. I'm gonna see if I can like blanch the leafy greens and freeze what we don't use for the week, because I mean they come in pretty large packs, so I think we can try to freeze some of them and make it last longer. I need to put all of the chicken, separate them, put them in freezer bags, and then put them in the freezer so that when we already use them, I can just grab a bag out that's already portioned, and we can cook from there. I also was able to find some bread. There was a limit of like 3 bread items per person, so I got 3 things of bread. And what I'm gonna do is kind of separate them, 4 slices each baggie, and then I'll put them in the freezer so that when we're ready to use them, we can grab them out of the freezer, you know, toast them up, and then they're good to go. So this is going to hopefully last us a long time. Same with the grapes. I really wanted to have some fruit that we can put in the freezer and freeze and just grab and have it as a snack that's healthy. So Jordan just informed me that New York is now testing more per capita than South Korea. That's interesting, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I'm glad that they, Yeah, I'm glad that they are starting to test because people need to know if they're contagious or not. So I think it's really good. But yeah, I think we're gonna eat lunch and then I'm going to prepare all the food that I got yesterday to freeze and to save, and then we're gonna do some yoga. Are you excited, babe? Are you excited for yoga?
So excited.
What are you doing?
Doing yoga with Rainbow.
Okay, so Jordan is actually going to be doing yoga with me. I found a video on YouTube. It's a yoga for beginners video, so hopefully it's not like too crazy for him because he's not really the most flexible. He thinks this is yoga right here. So he's gonna be in for a rude awakening. I'm so excited. So let's get going.
What I also love about it is that
Do I have to sit like that?
Yeah. This is like a yoga class.
I can't sit like this.
so you can get your blood circulating,
Push
get
your
your body
foot
moving,
over.
you can get
And
some good stretching.
legs are flat
Right?
to the
All you
ground.
need for this practice is a yoga mat. So put on your comfiest yoga outfit and you can hear when you're ready.
Is this my comfy
Begin
yoga
by
outfit?
finding a comfortable
Are you
space.
comfy?
For 90 bucks, you can have
Hey, buddy.
Okay, so here's what we're having for dinner. We pretty much had the same thing last night. These are called bánh cuông in Vietnamese. So it's rice flour, and then there's some ground chicken with wood mushroom and onions, and then I'm pairing that with some Vietnamese ham. The sauce on top of that is a Vietnamese sweetened fish sauce, and then some pickled carrots and radish. Of course, I'm having some wine and topping it off with some fried onions. The bánh cuông, not the wine. So here is what it looks like. Taking the fish sauce and adding it on top. One of my favorite meals growing up. Okay guys, well Jordan and I just got playing Sequence. It's like one of our favorite board games that we play together, and he beat me 2-1, but I am still ahead overall, so that's still pretty good. I'm gonna extend this vlog into tomorrow because I know that I really haven't done very much on camera for you guys. So tomorrow I'm going to be preparing some of the meats I got yesterday so that I can freeze it. I want to portion it out so that it's ready to eat when we're ready to eat it, and so I don't have to worry about thawing the entire batch. I'm sorry my lips are kind of purple right now. I've been drinking some wine and just unwinding. But yeah, so that is pretty much it for tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow, and that will be the final day of this vlog. I will see you guys first thing in the morning. Good morning everyone. Today is March 22nd. Even though we're at home and all this stuff, like with work and everything, I still haven't gone around to doing like all the things I want to do. But on our neighborhood Facebook group, we are doing a rainbow challenge or something like that. Pretty much what it is neighbors are going to put rainbows up on their property, and the kids in the neighborhood can go around and find rainbows, and it's supposed to be kind of like a scavenger hunt for them without them having to interact with any other kids, and it's just something for them to do. So we need to get our rainbows up. Also, if you see this, I got light bulbs from the store. I thought these were the right light bulbs. They're not. And now I need to return them, but I don't want to go to the store because I don't want to risk contamination or like infection because of a return. So now I don't know what to do with them. I want to go to the store and return them. Jordan says that it's not worth it, but it's like $20, so I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna go find my art supplies. I don't know if I have any. I don't have any markers. We don't have kids, so it's not something that we have. But I know we have sidewalk chalk because I got it for Jordan's nephew when he was here. So I'm gonna at least hunt those down and draw some rainbows. Okay, so I was able to find sidewalk paint and some dry erase markers. I don't know if I have all the colors to do this, but we're just gonna wing it. Also found some Sharpies. Okay, I just got done with my rainbow and I've got to say, I'm pretty proud of this rainbow. Okay, I'm gonna go put this in my front door now. I think that should be good. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we definitely slept in today because I am finally making food and it is like 1. I'm just gonna make some eggs and turkey sausage. I'm gonna have that with some hoagie buns. What are these called? Like these mini baguettes. So we're gonna do that for brunch and then get going with the day. I need to still prep all of the things I got, such as like dividing this up and freezing it so that we can have bread for the long term and also meat. Okay, so just got done making breakfast. Just did a simple Vietnamese style fried egg with some turkey sausage and then some baguettes. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And we're gonna eat this and get going with our day.
Okay, so I started by cutting up some mangoes just so that we have some ready in the fridge to snack on. Then I decided to tackle the bread, so here I'm putting 2 hamburger buns into a single Ziploc bag. That way they are pre-portioned for me to take out of the freezer and toast whenever we need them. I decided to put all of the mini baguettes into a single quart freezer bag since they separate pretty easily. Then I moved on to the sliced bread. Now, do not throw away the end pieces because they make amazing breadcrumbs. So I decided to place 4 slices of bread into each bag. That way it's enough for 2 portions. So if I need to make a sandwich for both Jordan and I, we can go ahead and do that with just grabbing one of these bags. And then of course, the last end piece goes into the end piece bag. Grapes are another thing that I really like to freeze because they actually make a delicious frozen snack. So here I am separating the grapes from the vine and then adding all of that into a freezer Ziploc bag and then placing that in the freezer so that I have a healthy sweet treat ready to go. Okay, so now we're going to move on to cheese. Freezing cheese is a great way to make it last longer, especially if you don't have the opportunity to go to the store. So what I like to do is grab some plastic wrap and I like to wrap individual pieces of cheese so that they don't clump together. So Jordan and I love eating cheese plates or cheese boards, so I decided to portion out the cheese into like little cheese plate baggies, I guess you can call it, so that whenever we want to, we can just grab one of these baggies from the freezer with all of the assortment of cheeses and snacks in them, wait a few hours for them to thaw, and then we can have a really quick, easy, and delicious snack. Now, Jordan disagrees with me on this one because he says whenever he feels like having the cheese, it's frozen. But, you know, if you can plan ahead a few hours or even a day, then it works out fine. It's a lot better than finding out the cheese that you want is bad. Okay, so I'm repeating this with all of the cheeses that we normally have on our cheese board. I got a huge chunk of cheddar, so I'm actually saving some of it just for cooking purposes. So here is what my cheese plate baggie looks like. Everything is wrapped individually. I have some cheddar, Gouda, brie, pate, and some turkey pepperoni. And of course, it's always helpful to write exactly what type of cheeses is in this bag. And there you have it. And then with the rest of my cheeses I'm going to cook with and such, I am wrapping them up into individual portion sizes, putting them in baggies, and then that way they are ready to go whenever I need them. And then of course, probably the most used cheese in my cooking, we have some Parmesan cheese that I have separated and portioned out, ready to go. And this can also be done with cooked or deli meat. So here I have some Vietnamese ham. It comes in a big chunk, and I decided to cut them into individual serving sizes, roll them up, and portion them out that way. With all of these bags, you want to try to get as much air out of them as much as possible. And of course, labeling and dating is so important so that you know exactly what you have and when it was originally placed in the freezer. And finally, we can move on to our chicken or any raw meats. So I was lucky enough to find 3 pounds of chicken cutlets. I am placing 2 cutlets into each baggie, which is enough for 1 serving each for both Jordan and I. Then I like to place these individual bags into a larger freezer bag to further protect from freezer burn. I love this method because I can grab one of these individual bags from the freezer, throw it in some cool water, and it'll thaw within 30 minutes.
You know?
Mocha chocolate, yeah. Really, Mom, hello.
Okay, so I just got done putting all of the chicken and everything into like individual portions to put into the freezer. That way, whenever we're ready to eat it, I can just grab it out of the freezer, defrost it, and then cook it. I don't have to worry about like separating it from all of the other chicken at that point. So it makes my job really easy in the future when I cook. I also prepared some lemongrass because lemongrass just has such good flavoring, and I want to be able to incorporate that into our meals while we're in quarantine. So I got a bunch of lemongrass. Lemongrass is actually really good stored frozen, so that actually worked out perfectly. Everything that I normally use, I pretty much froze so that I can use it later. Now, because of that, my freezer is super packed now. But that's okay because we're gonna make our way through it. This is like all of our food during quarantine. With how contagious this virus is, I really don't wanna go out if I don't have to. You know, we're cutting down the portions that we normally eat. We're saving more foods, we're freezing more food, so hopefully this will last us a really long time. But anyway guys, that is pretty much it for today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Did you make any changes during quarantine to make your food last? Are you eating differently now that you're not able to go to the grocery store as much because it's so chaotic, and also because you know, this virus is so contagious? Let me know all that in the comment section below, or if you have your own food storage tips to try to get food to last longer. I love hearing tips and tricks that other people have. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give this video a like if you guys enjoyed it, and if you haven't done so already, be sure to click on that subscribe button right there and click that bell notification so you can see more videos like this. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.